My name is Hans Johannsson. I've been making instruments for quite a while, and I was lucky enough to meet these very interesting, nice, dynamic people coming over from America over to Iceland. I had, as a kid, I lived in America for a while. I was sort of brought up there as a child, but in Iceland there are many very capable musicians, and it's quite a lively musical scene. But it's also nice when people come from other places and just kind of spice up the musical life here in Reykjavik.
My name is Ertan Torgul, and I'm a violinist with the Quartet S, and I have the privilege of playing the violin nicknamed Fire.
My name is Anton Miller, and I'm playing the violin Water.
My name is Rita Porphyris, and I am playing the viola, which is Earth.
I'm Jennifer Kletzel, and I have the pleasure of playing Air.
We met Hansi when we first came to Iceland almost 10 years ago. And we went over to his house and played a number of his instruments, which we loved. And then he made was making a quartet of instruments from the same tree. And we asked him about playing a concert where we would play all of those instruments.
And they, I thought, jokingly said, oh, well, next time we come to Iceland, we're going to do some recordings and we might just want to play them. And I thought, great, that's fantastic. It would be a wonderful kind of debut concert for the quartet.
One of my biggest memories of being in Iceland, and I live in San Francisco, is going to Hansi's house and trying a number of instruments and playing them together, and just becoming, infatuated with how he makes instruments.
So in 2017, we were looking for a quartet to play with us at our summer festival in Vermont, actually. And I was in a quartet previous to this, and it was with a guy named Ertan Torgul. And I missed playing with him. He's like my brother from another mother. And I decided that he should be the one to be the other violinist besides Anton, who was my husband. And Anton had played in a quartet with Jennifer Kletzel when we were all at school together at Juilliard. So it was a natural thing, a natural decision to ask those two to come play with us. And that was the first concert of Quartet ES.
So playing these instruments, playing new instruments, is a really interesting thing. It's like having a new toy that you want to try everything possible out with. And these are brand new. This is 2023, and the violins are from 2024. So they're hot off the press. And each one it has a unique personality, but what we did find as we were playing them and we started to play them kind of slower together in tune was that they did come together as if one ringing voice. I think there is something about how these instruments ring in the same way together. And time will tell, the more they're played, the more we'll find out about that.
That a friend of mine in Holland, who I work very closely with often, making especially double basses, René Zaal in Holland, he told me about this wood that he had from, I think it's a Hungarian wood dealer that travels around in Europe and presents wood to instrument makers. And so René told me about this wood that there was quite a lot of it, and it's extremely high quality, very, very tight annular rings and very lightweight as well. And so I got a whole bunch of it from him, and then sort of in post-COVID, I started to make instruments from this wood. And in the beginning, I didn't think I'd have a chance to, make a whole quartet out of it. I've made this quartet, which I've named after the old elements, the historical elements, earth, fire, water, and air. I don't like to name my instruments with numbers. It's kind of it gives the idea of some kind of mass production or something. So I usually give them a name or a symbol or something like that. So I've been using scientific symbols, symbols from alchemy, and just to give them a kind of name. The cello is air because it has such a great volume of air in it that is a big part of the resonance of the cello. And the viola I thought was earth because it's so earthy. It has that character. And the two violins, one of them is water, and it has I tried to make it kind of sound a little bit round and encompassing, like more spatial. And the violin called Fire, I attempted to make it more focused, tight, maybe a little bit tighter, and a bit less all-encompassing. But then I'm not quite sure how. I think musicians generally have different ideas about how to blend instruments in an ensemble, like a quartet. But I just left them to choose how to use them.
There are quartet of instruments that were made by makers throughout the past 3-4 centuries. One of them, the most famous one being the Stradivarius quartet, the Spanish quartet, that is actually in Madrid in a museum. They're ornamented instruments. They have ornate purflings and ivory inlays and all of that. But to the best of our knowledge, we do not know a quartet has been made from the same tree. This may be the only one. So this quartet is made out of the same tree, same wood, and they all relate to each other from that close proximity. So it's a fantastic match. When we play all 4 of them together, they seem to complement each other fantastically.